Hello, my beautiful angels. Today I'm going to show you guys one of my favorite protective hairstyles for curly hair. My name is Haley, but a lot of people call me Halo, and I'm happy you've joined me today. I'm going to chat while we do it too. You're going to need your favorite moisturizing product. This is mine. Two ribbons, and a detangling brush. This is the one that I use. It's the Tangle Teaser brush. And my hair, I washed it a couple days ago. I deep conditioned, or I co-washed it technically, I guess. And you could have a better part if you wanted to, but I'm just gonna do a rough part into two sections. And yeah, so I want to chat about presents. We talk about it a lot on my blog, Hot Literati, which you should totally join. But I mean, on my personal channels, I feel like I'm more vocal about my faith, and I've gotten to this place where instead of podcasts, I read the news. I have a daily newsletter that I like for that, but instead of podcasts, I listen to sermons most of the time. And okay, yeah, this is a fresh one, so I don't want to use too much. Yeah, I listen to sermons instead of podcasts most of the time, and I just feel like it's better for my soul. And I often feel like Kitty in Anna Karenina, in the sense that I can get really into things, and I don't want to get too deep into a rabbit hole, I guess is a good way of saying it. And there was a sermon that I was listening to. I'm just brushing this out to braid it, starting from the top, and I should raise this up a little bit. There was a sermon I was listening to that was talking about how you know whether or not you're on God's path for you. And the pastor made this point that I thought, oh no. The pastor made this point that I really quite liked, which was we get so caught up in our own lives and whether or not we're making the right decisions that we forget how to be holy and present and live like Jesus in the moment with someone. And I feel like I'm really guilty of this with the people that I love the most and with the people that I'm the closest to, where since they have a pretty clear frame of who I am in their head, and I guess vice versa, I feel like I always want to be impressing them or assuring them that I'm on the right path. I feel this way with my family, especially because I love them so much and I care so much what they think. And I think sometimes that can get in the way of just trying to be a good daughter or sister or friend. And yeah, it's one thing I want to work on is just getting out of my head more, I guess. And I don't really know how. I guess paying attention to sensory details is quite good. One of my favorite things to do when I'm talking to someone, I used to do it at one of my old jobs a lot during meetings when I needed to recenter myself or I was getting stressed out. And okay, once I get to the nape of my neck, I like to add a little more product and then brush through it. And probably gonna do 2 or 3 more passes of this and then add in ribbon. So you take the ribbon in the center and then you just start braiding it in as if it's 2 of those pieces. And then once you get to the bottom, see, I still have a lot of product in here. It's good, it needs it. Okay, once you get to the bottom, you're going to take your strands and tie it once behind the braid. Nice. and then you're going to tie it in front of the braid like this. And you're going to put it in a nice little bow. Bam! Now other side. I might add some oil at the end too. Ironically, what I would do when I could feel myself just like not being present was look at people's hair, especially if it's like backlit by the sun. People's hair is just like so pretty. And I think also like looking at people's hands and taking these moments to kind of pay attention to the detail of that person and how human they are in that moment. And yeah, these exercises in presence, and you know, it's lucky to have people that really love you because they care. And sometimes it's like hardest to be just chilled out with them because you love them so much and you want them to be proud of you. And yeah, as I say this out loud, I'm thinking of Alice Miller. She is a child psychologist that I got pretty into her work a couple years ago. Oh my gosh, longer than that. Like 4 years ago at this point. Wow. And she has this book called The Drama of the Gifted Child that I talked about a long time ago when I was like 21. And I don't know if I recommend it because I feel like sometimes reading about like heavy things or reading about like trauma and stuff, I think it's so easy to over-identify with what you're reading. And we have a podcast episode / video for Hot Literati on like how to stop identifying with everything that you read, because it's a really important skill with just like media literacy and critical thinking. But I think she makes points in that book about like when you're designated gifted, you want to like live up to that in every aspect of your life. And I feel like that in combination with, for myself, like ballet and some other things, has like these notions of black and white thinking tied into it, which black and white thinking is one thing I've really made an effort to try to rid myself out of, but I also feel like it's something you get better at as you just grow up, like holding nuance and being flexible in your ways of thinking and your decision making and running projections and stuff like that. I've also been trying to learn more hard skills and develop, as I like to say, like left and right brain, like thinking about soft skills and creatively, but also learning more about data and numbers and STEM. Like I would love to learn more about software development just because I find it so interesting and it touches so many aspects of our lives in today's world. So yeah, I don't know. I guess, as the answer always is, I'm 25 and I'm doing my best. And I never feel like I can give clear advice. I feel like I can just document my own thoughts and cheer people on, you know? Like I want all of my friends to be successful in everything that they do, and especially in the things that they love. I want my parents to be proud of me and not worried, and I want them to not worry. And I was stopped on the street for a street interview once. It happens to me all the time during the summer. And they asked me how much money I would take to get like tied to someone else and for like a long amount of time. And I'm truly not, like, money's important. I'm not extremely motivated by it, but I think the answer I gave was how much it would take to get my parents a house in the south of France. And just love to learn, I guess. And I love people. I love meeting people. I was thinking about that today. It's just like one of my favorite things to do is just meet new people or be in a room of strangers. I quite like that a lot too. Until I don't. Okay, so yeah, this is my favorite hairstyle for curly hair. I get a lot of compliments on it every time I wear it, and I would estimate that it's probably healthier than using like rubber bands or anything on the end as well. I get a lot of Pippi Longstocking jokes whenever I wear it. Yay! Okay, thank you for watching.